In the end of the last episode, I was trying to figure out how to mount the water lift muffler where it wouldn't block access to things. I looked at new ones with various configurations, but decided that modifying the old one was the best bet. Dab on a little daisy sour cream. Line everything up. Add a little more fiberglass to the outside. Install a new lift tube with just the right spacing off the bottom of the muffler. A little binder clip on the ruler to hold it in that right spot. And some finishing touches, and we got a new muffler. So the new engine required a new propeller shaft, and I decided to get a max prop feathering propeller. This propeller is pretty fancy, very nice machining work done in Italy. It's designed so that the blades feather or turn parallel with the water flow when the engine's not turning. That lowers the drag and resistance of the propeller quite a bit when you're under sail. It's a tricky prop to put together though.
Blade turns the correct way.
Is this correct?
No, right on that way.
Put the boat in forward, the blades rotate into the forward position. When you're sailing, they rotate parallel with the water flow, and then you go in reverse and they flop over this way for reverse gear. But then when I go to install it, I discover that they made the shaft 7/8 of an inch too short. So take it back out again, take the max prop off, have a new shaft made, and put the max prop back on it. This time the shaft is the right length, but I just cannot get the coupling on the end of the shaft with the engine in the way. So that means remove the engine for the 6th time to give me room to swing the hammer to get the coupling on. And then reinstall the engine for the 7th time. Coupling lines up. Make some more minor adjustments to the alignment. But then, when I go to tighten the mounts down for the final time, no matter how I did it, it would kick the rear end of the engine out of alignment, not by just a little bit, by an inch or more. Closer inspection revealed the starboard forward mount was too low on the forward end of the mount plate. So guess what? Engine comes out for the 7th time. Remove mount. A little sanding. Some more fiberglass. Result, a steeper mounting surface. While I was at it, I did the same thing on a smaller scale to the starboard aft bed. Engine back in for the 8th and hopefully final time. The engine lined up perfectly this time. The coupling is secure. The new shaft, second new shaft, and a new packing gland. And we got, of course, these custom engine mounts to allow the back of the engine to sit down low in the bilge that's required. And we've got these new fuel lines with nice chafe protection on them. The fuel lines connected up to the old filtration system up here on the bulkhead. And we've got the raw water line going to the old raw water system. And hot water, raw water coming off the engine, going up through pukas in the half bulkhead up to a new vacuum breaker valve. Comes back down and dumps into the exhaust muffler. The muffler hose was so short to allow the muffler to fit in here. I was worried about too much vibration in this riser, and so I didn't want to mount the muffler solidly to the hull. So rather than build a mount for it and bolt it to the hull, I suspended it from cables so it could move with the engine. And then the exhaust comes off the top of the muffler, goes through this brand new $185 hose back into the lazarette, where it goes up through a new fiberglass riser back in the stern, down through a brand new through hull and valve. New heavy gauge positive and negative electrical wires coming through a new terminal cluster. And then we have two engine instrument wiring harnesses that come off the black box on the engine, go up through the compartment and through the bulkhead here, under the bunk, and up through this dark cavern in the bunk, up into this electrical nest, and then runs through the back of the navigation and communications shelf into this locker where the instruments are mounted. And here they are, nice and secure from the weather. And hey, check it out, it energizes. I can see the instruments from the cockpit and from the galley and from my bunk. The last two items were to install a new fuel water separator and replace the floor frame in front of the engine, and it's complete. In the next episode, I'm going to remove the teak cockpit coamings and replace with core cell foam and fiberglass. I'm going to leave you today with a clip showing the Gitana team of Europe showing off their 60-foot foiling monohull.